you guys know, I'm going to sing that top note with the sopranos because Bethany goes up and then Stacy's the only one on that note, on that bottom note.
Should we stay on it or should we?
You should stay in there. You should stay in there.
Are you sure? Because I'm feeling inspired tonight. Like I'm led.
Please don't.
I feel
Please don't.
leading.
Please don't be inspired.
What you feel led to do?
Nothing.
Scare prophet it is.
Your inspiration and your water.
No.
I get it. Just drink some more.
Turn it down for what?
Girl, don't take it crazy. That's all that. Let me look at the chick.
The world is crazy. Turn down for what?
Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. All I know is what it did.
It's the theme song for this generation.
All I am is what it will take to break. Light it up now.
That one's in, and Kidd has a goal.
Light it up now.
Grady Ballou scores.
Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. That's the sound when the rock hits. Oh, never know I might let go. Get ready, get set, throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this.
How's your foot?
Fans, here are the officials for tonight's match. The referee is Jaime Herrera. Assistant referees are Jose Lara and Jared Rigsby. And the fourth official is Brooke Weiss. And now here's the starting 11 for the Oklahoma City Energy, led by head coach Jimmy Nielsen. The goalkeeper is number 1, Evan Newton. Defender number 2, Jacob Van Kompernoll. Defender number 4, Cyprian Hedrick. Defender number 8, Michael Thomas. Defender number 20, Christian Duke. Midfielder number 12, Daniel Gonzalez.
I think that's so cute.
Midfielder number 5, Gareth Evans.
They all walk out hand in
Midfielder number 11, Casey
That's really
Townsend.
cute.
Forward number 7, Sebastian Dalgard. Forward number 9, Danny Koenig. And forward number 22, Kyle Gregg. And now your Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Your Roughnecks are led by head coach David Irving, assistant coaches Tom Taylor and Mac Orr, and the trainer is Kobe Smith. And the players, number 1, Zach Lubin. Number 3, Irlad Tavarin. Number 4, Laurie Bell. Number 11, Kirian Kidd. Number 14, Adam Black. Number 19, Oscar Jimenez. Number 21, Mason Grimes. Number 23, Eli Galbraith Knapp. And number 26, Andy Lorai. And now for tonight's starting 11, the goalkeeper is number 25, Jake Feener. Defender number 5, Kyle Venter. Defender number 17, Ben Brewster. Defender number 6, Ryan Price. Defender number 13, Stephen Miller. Midfielder number 24, Brady Ballou. Midfielder number 10, Luca Cordero. Midfielder number 10, Henry Mabo. Midfielder number 8, Chad Bond. Forward number 9, Sammy Ochoa. And forward number 20, Christian Mata. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and stand at attention as the First Fruits of Praise performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket
Okay, take that 30 seconds.
This city is like no other. From downtown to midtown, from the fairgrounds to Riverside, this city belongs. A team with heart, a team of champions.
And Tulsa is the soccer bowl champion.
The beat has grown to a deafening roar as we welcome professional soccer to Tulsa once again. We remember where we began and marvel at where we are headed. Champions remembered, history honored, legacy upheld. Our journey begins here to honor the history of our home. Tonight, we celebrate our city and a game that we love, the world's game. We remember the ones that came before us and look forward to the future. Plan to stand for your city, your players, your team.
All right, welcome in everyone to Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer here on ESPN 1300 The Buzz. Here's Eli. Eli now with the ball on his right foot. He'll let one go away outside of the goal.
What a strike from Ela.
Blast in.
What a save. That is a fantastic save from Fee.
And Andy Lorai down on the field level. We'll check in with him in just 1 second. There's a look at the head coach of the Tulsa Roughnecks in David Irving. Tom Taylor sitting directly to his left as we are almost set for kickoff. And let's throw it down to the sidelines now to Andy Lorai, who is down on field level. And Andy, it is a beautiful night for soccer here in downtown Tulsa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cooled off nicely. It's a perfect night. The boys look ready to go. Huge game, everything to play for. And, man, the fans are fired up. I'm fired up and a little emotional, too.
All right, thank you, Andy. David Saunders just got a look there of Jimmy Nielsen. There is Mr. Greg up top, who gets the start here this evening. Kyle Gregg for the energy side, and we know what is on the line here this evening for the Roughnecks. It is do or die for them. They need 3 points to stay alive in this playoff race. Sacramento just finished off Vancouver, so that means that Sacramento has now clinched in the West. So 5-team set, 1 more to go. Will it be Tulsa or will it be Seattle? And we will know much, much more in about 2 hours directly from now. Roughnecks wearing their orange kits this evening with the orange jerseys, the orange shorts, and the white socks. Oklahoma City in all blue this evening. Roughnecks will be moving from right to left on your radio dial if you are tuned in on CBS Sports 1300 The Buzz. And thank you to those of you watching down the turnpike in Oklahoma City with the energy. Referee looks at his watch, and we are officially underway here in Tulsa. Long ball played forward, and we will see in the early going if the Roughnecks are able to keep a bit of possession here in the opening stanza. That's a good ball played forward there from Brady Ballou, and the attempted cross there knocked away off of one of the Oklahoma City Energy players as Sammy Ochoa attempts the first cross of the game, and now a throw in for Tulsa.
Important that the Roughnecks get off to a good start. There are several things needed here. We're going to have a change of ball here. One of them, shall we say, not inflated as much. There's a slight irony, isn't there? But
we're going to go to federal court over this one. The long throw in, and Hedrick clears away.
There you go.
Played back, simple ball to Venter. Venter now punches forward. Nice header there from Luca. Settles to Sammy. Sammy tries to play this one in. Has an opportunity early.
Push in the back.
Push in the back is the call from the head official.
Yeah, push in the back. I think probably about the right decision. Sammy Ochoa just waiting for the ball to drop there. It just spun over the top of his head and the defender did what he's supposed to do, which is get between him and his goalkeeper, and Sammy Ochoa just a one hand in the back. And as we look down, we can see that it's pretty much 4-4-2 playing 4-4-2. Which is more of the traditional. Well, we've got another problem with the inflation of the football here. Jimmy Nielsen decides in the end, former goalkeeper, that he will punt the ball from the halfway line to his keeper. Is wearing all.
Is Tom Brady in town? Like, what's going on?
We've got a Brady on the pitch, haven't we? But it's a different shaped football. Anyway, it's 4-4-2 plays 4-4-2. I'll hand it back to you, Pop.
There's one of the most amazing stats of the entire season. Oklahoma City is 2-5-5 on the road. Still find themselves at the top of the table in the Western Conference, even with just 2 wins on the road. Here's a nice ball played towards the corner. Roughnecks defense has him surrounded. That was Luka coming back to help with Stephen Miller. This is a throw in now deep here from the corner for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's an incredible stat, isn't it? But over the years, you know, teams have been dominant at home, and then they've gone away and not done so well, but still won leagues all over the world. So here are the OKC league leaders at the Roughnecks.
There's a throw in from Thomas trying to find Evans, and this will be a foul against Evans inside the box. And Tulsa will have the free kick coming up from Jake Feener.
Do you know, I was looking at the goal scorers, and you look at, if you like, the Roughnecks front 4. I say 4 because Lucas Kadira on the left, 4 goals. Sammy Ochoa 9, Christian Mattis 6, Brady Ballou 5. I mean, it's a pretty amazing statistic that the Roughnecks have scored 47 goals this season. And here is Brady Ballou on the right, playing good ball into the box.
Just headed away, and this will be a corner now coming up for Tulsa. That was intended for Christian Mata. Thomas, as you can see there, was the player responsible, so this will be Chad Bond now.
Do you know, Pop, I'll take a 1-0 win, scrappy, but I would love Chad Bond to get the goal. That would be on my bucket list for this season. Chad Bond still without a goal, but he's obviously a defensive midfield player. Chad Bond rejects another ball. This is quite incredible here. What's happened to the inflation of the footballs here?
Henry was back towards the midfield line checking another ball as well as one comes into Chad. By the way, Chad, one of the league leaders in assists, and he's got a smile on his face, swings this one in, it's there, and then cleared away by the defense. The point I was trying to bring up is that actually 2 assists on the season have been credited to the wrong person. Another great ball inside. Can he save it before it goes over the byline? And he cannot, is Stephen Miller. So 2 assists have been credited to the wrong person for Chad Bond, and one of those was actually in the last game on July 18th in the Oklahoma City matchup. The assist was actually credited to Oscar, but it was Chad Bond. So Chad technically should have 10 assists so far on the season. Currently tied for 4th in the USL.
Fair play. Wonderful player, the Welshman, Chad Bond, and a really nice guy. You've even talked to him more than I have, but what a wonderful young man he is.
Tremendous player and provides so much stability there in the middle of the pitch. We haven't had much possession yet from Oklahoma City. Here's the first bid. Evans will swing it out wide here towards the near touch line. Here's Townsend. Townsend now plays this one back towards the middle. It's Gonzalez. Will dump all the way back across the midfield stripe. Now back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has 2 assists on the season. Played 912 minutes. Dalgard just misplayed that one. A little touch there to the center. Nice ball played to the outside. It's Brady Ballou. Now, if you give him space on the outside, he can make you pay for it. He's got some quick pace on it as well. Nice move. Ballou cuts inside, then puts it directly on Newton. So really no danger there for Evan Newton. And the Roughnecks are turned away here early in the 6th minute.
One of the things you want your old-fashioned term coming up, outside right wing, more modern term to do, is to go one-on-one with the left back. And Brady Ballou did exactly that, and David Irving got that absolutely right. Here's Mata in possession now for the Roughnecks again.
Links up with Luka. Luka tried to play that one through the middle. Hedrick, though, they're in position to take that one away. Settled here in the center of the field. That was Greg. Dumps it in over the top of Stephen Miller. Miller is there, however. Ball played in, and Vinter gets a piece of that one to knock it out of play. Townsend there from the outside tried to swing it in. Here's the quick throw in. Goes to Thomas. Thomas all the way back now. Hedrick to the opposite side. Oklahoma City will now approach from the far touchline, and they're going to flip and change balls one more time. So I wonder if you can see, that's Kobe Smith there, the athletic trainer for the Tulsa Roughnecks, is now taking it over, and I believe they've got a pump down there on the sidelines that they're going to try to put some more air here in on the sidelines. Ball played in over the top. Feener out to collect this one towards the edge of the 18. There directly in front of Kyle Gregg. Jake Feener, 52 saves on the season, has a 6-3-3 record overall since becoming the starting keeper for the Roughnecks, has 2 shutouts on the season. His counterpart, Evan Newton, has 9. You see the debut for Feener all the way back on July 9th. Crazy to think that it's already been that long since Jake Feener made his first start.
He's done outstandingly well. Well supported, of course, by Zach Lubin, who is on the bench tonight. Fair play to Zach Lubin as well.
Oklahoma City from the outside. Brewster out to challenge. Dumps the easy ball back, trying to find somewhere to go with it inside the middle. Kooning is showing there. It was a run from Christian Duke on the outside. It was a good run from him. They just could not link up. Here's Sammy Ochoa, nice little back heel. Ball played to the outside from Mata. Running onto it is Brady Ballou. Ballou catches up to it, has to pull back, settles now. Goes to the corner of the 18, now checking towards the byline. The defender did a great job. That's Van Koppernall of being able to knock that ball down, and now it goes forward for Oklahoma City.
And that time, OKC had 2 men up against the dangerous Brady Ballou, and that's what I was alluding to just earlier on. Coaches love their wingers to be one-on-one with the left and right backs, but that time they doubled up.
That was a good ball from Townsend trying to find Kyle Gregg. Roughnecks are able to keep it away briefly. Now Vinter plays this one deep. Miller will have his hands full here on this near side with Casey Townsend. Nice ball there from Henry. Maintains possession, dumps it off for Luka. Luka dribbling with the right, square ball, finds Ochoa. Back to Ryan Price. To the outside now for Brewster. Brewster settles. Plays it in for Ochoa. Ochoa uses the header towards the outside near the touchline. It was not a Roughneck in the vicinity. Now Mata with the hard tackle there on the slide. And it ends up winning a throw-in now for the Tulsa Roughnecks, just based off of the huddle from Christian Mata. Don't forget that on Facebook you can become a fan of the USL for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Sammy Ochoa pushed over there and fell on top of the ball and almost grabbed it as if to say to the referee, that must be a foul. And then a little word in the ear from the Welshman Gareth Evans, just saying to the referee, was it really a push? Anyway, result is free kick. Roughnecks have a chance. I think it's probably a little bit too far out for a shot. Chad Bond is over the ball, and the Roughnecks have got 6 players lined up on the 18-yard line, plus Christian Madden on the end of the 4-man wall for OKC. And Brady Ballou's wide on in acres of space, and here he is on the right.
They play it to Ballou. Ballou puts it back in, and that one bangs off the side of the net. So right idea, and the Roughnecks just taking what Oklahoma City was giving them there, with plenty of space there on that outside for Brady Ballou. And now quickly, here comes Oklahoma City.
I think Brady, by his own standards there, probably a little bit disappointed didn't drag that ball back and hit the side netting. But certainly Chad Bond found him very, very easily there on the right.
Vinter to the outside. Miller keeps it in. Hedrick thought it was out, but it clearly stayed in. To Mata. Mata's free, plays it there towards the back post. Keeps it in, saves it from going over the byline, but trickles out over the touch on the near sidelines, and Oklahoma City now will have a throw-in. Just absolute great hustle there from the Roughnecks.
Good play from the utility player, Stephen Miller, and I say that praising him because he's played just about everywhere in this team.
As a matter of fact, he has played every position except goalkeeper this season.
You do not surprise me, apart from goalkeeper, and I'm sure he would do that if you asked him. But yeah, he did really well on the left hand. Christian Maddow just inside the box there, just towing it across the box, and unlucky it didn't fall to Sammy Ochoa. Here is Ochoa chasing down what looks like a lost cause, but again, pressure on the keeper there. And I think the Roughnecks are just turning this one up a little bit. Of course, as we said in the build-up, Pop, it is a must-win game, but there's plenty of time. We'll take a 1-0, we'll be fine. But you know, they're attacking well here, the Roughnecks, and taking it to OKC.
They look a little fresher here in the first 12 minutes. Of course, Oklahoma City having that game on Wednesday at Rio Tinto in Salt Lake City. All technically sandy. Here's the long throw in.
Well, it's nice, isn't it, that it's that way round, because so often we've been here on a Saturday night, 48 hours before the Roughnecks have been playing on the Thursday. They've done incredibly well. Whatever happens tonight, whatever happens in the playoffs or not, you know, it's been an incredible performance from these young men that, you know, they've played so many games in the space of 48 hours, especially at home. Amazing effort.
Ryan Price now will be pressured from the back in there from Kyle Gregg. Gregg gets to it in front of Price. Plays back directly. Koenig now from the corner of the 18 was showing. Unable to get the ball. Gareth Evans. Switch it back inside the center circle. Over half line. Out to the outside to Thomas. Thomas now with the head up, dribbling towards the center of the field. Square to Evans. Evans has got plenty of space in front of him. Now in over the top. Brady Ballou, however, was there, got the touch on it, has to knock it out of bounds on the opposite side before it goes over the line, over the byline. Throw in now for OKC, and this is Christian Duke.
Yeah, good little ball there from Evans over the top, but Brady Ballou's alert to the danger.
Dalgard back to Christian Duke. Duke plays it inside to Koenig. Koenig, little contact there, went down, tried to sell it. Referee says play on, and here's Miller now.
There was contact. I don't think it was a penalty, but it was one of those heart in the mouths that could easily have gone against the Roughnecks.
You never know.
If you watch the San Marino versus England game, England got the first goal, and I still have no idea why the referee gave the penalty, but I'm not too concerned because I was very unbiased, of course, watching that game. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Here's Koenig, tripped up there from Henry at midfield, just on the outside, or excuse me, that's Dalgard, just on the outside of the center circle.
Interesting as well, just coming back to that, I don't know if you saw the San Marino England game, with all due respect to the San Marino authorities, the field was not, shall we say, a carpet. And it was interesting, a few of the OKC players, I watched them walking out onto the field, and a few of them were shaking their heads and so on, but nobody seems to have had any bother playing on this field, and as we always say, hats off to our ground staff here. They do an absolutely amazing job.
Played into the area. Got a piece of it on the header, did Koenig, well over the top of the crossbar. And if you're tuning in on the YouTube feed tonight, crystal clear HD feed, and we do not do this enough, but we give all the credit in the world to the great staff here at One Oak inside the production department. We have not had one single problem the entire year, and every game has been absolutely perfect, and it is all credit to them.
Fantastic effort from the whole staff here. Absolutely wonderful. Tulsa Roughnecks staff, really good people to work with.
Venter forward to Ochoa. Ochoa dumps to the outside. Here's Cordero. Now Cordero will take you on head on if he can. Bump there inside the box. And this will be a goal kick now for OKC.
Yeah, contact again. I don't think it was a penalty, Pop, so I think maybe we've had one at each end now. Koenig will say his was more of a penalty than Kadiro's there. Kadiro's upset. But I think the defender there just blocked him off, and I think probably good refereeing, and the referee, I think, is just explaining to Koenig, there we are, there's one each end now. So 0-0 it remains, but good start for the Roughnecks.
Sometimes I think even Luka will be the first one to tell you at times that he has been guilty of trying to sell a little bit. I don't know if that was necessarily the case there. Here's a foul on the opposite end.
Yeah, I don't think it was there, was it? But I know the point you're taking. There's one or two OKC players that I'm sure have done the same thing, and I know they have. So it's 0-0. It's a good game, and I hope it's not spoilt by any bad decisions or anybody feigning injury or dives or anything inside the box.
Here in the 16th minute, Townsend. There's the backside of the box, and no danger as Jake Feener now will have another goal kick for Tulsa here in the 16th minute, still scoreless.
I think we sorted out the inflation problems of the footballs now, and it just reminds me, Pop, that, you know, everybody has their little job to do. And I remember 1978 World Cup final, which Argentina won 4-1 over the Netherlands. Remind me, because Netherlands play in orange like the Roughnecks, and somebody had forgotten to put the corner flags out. So we're all set to go. TV was ready, no corner flags. Here's the Roughnecks.
Here's Ballou inside the box. It skies this one over the top of the crossbar. So Brady Ballou continuing to pressure that right-hand side for Tulsa. And I know Brady would like to have that one back, but still, you just get this sense things are starting to happen a little bit more frequently for Brady. 5 goals and 4 assists on the season for number 24.
Yeah, he's had more of the ball down the right-hand side. It's where the Roughnecks are getting the joy. Kadiro's just had one sort of run with Miller on the overlap. So it's mostly coming down the right-hand side. Good signs from the Roughnecks. Well played, Brady Ballou.
Feener calls for that one, and Stephen Miller, you can almost hear it from up here. Stephen Miller obliges. Feener rolls this in front of him. A little light pressure there from Koenig. Boy, Sammy just continuing to win those balls in the air. Ballou with Mata. Nice little give and go. Played back in towards the penalty spot, and Hedrick just plays this one over the byline, and now a corner coming up for Tulsa. One of the league leaders in corners on the season.
Great understanding there between Ballou and Mata. Ballou into Mata, played it the wall pass or the 1-2, whatever you want to say. And in the end, good play from Hedrick. Here's the corner from Chad Bond from the right-hand side.
A little bit of a different angle. Comes inside. There it is. Header on the clearance. Still kept alive inside. Vinter was up there. And unable to get a clear piece of it. Henry was the safety valve all the way back over the midfield stripe. Good ball from him to Sammy. Now Vinter has to hustle back. Oklahoma City on the break. Bit of numbers here. Good bit of defending there from Brewster. And a corner now for Tulsa.
And you don't want to run into Ben Brewster, do you? He stands his ground. He's done well at right back, Ben, there. And I think it was it Sebastian Dalgard, was it, running into him? And Ben Brewster said, "Okay, you can run into me, but you're not going through me or around me." Great defending from Ben Brewster.
I love Big Brew. And Brew may be a little bit upset with us, Dave Saunders, when he goes back and watches the game. No offense meant on the Tom Brady jokes, Brew, being from up in that area. Gigantic Patriots fan is Ben Brewster. Nike.com, great place to be, and they're a proud partner of the USL. You can also follow them on Twitter at Nike Soccer for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Exciting yesterday, wasn't it? Well, since Thursday, with all the college football going on. Here's the OKC on the attack.
Cuts back to the inside now. Great effort there from Jake Feener as he had to come out, sacrificed his body, and Tulsa now continuing to struggle. Played in there to Greg, and a good challenge from Kyle Vinter to make sure that he did not get a clear opportunity on goal. As again, we'll go back and watch Jake Feener completely give up his body, just like a good keeper should on this replay here. Comes out on the challenge and got a piece of it.
And he got a piece of Sebastian Dalgard fairly, I say. Dalgard there just limping back here. Dangerous player, good player. Dalgard, I've enjoyed watching him play against the Roughnecks, but good play from Feener there, showing it's not just sensitive tips over the bar with the tips of your fingers, but you've got to go in wholehearted with your whole body sometimes. And that's exactly what he did. Remaining at 0-0, it does.
That one comes off of one of the Oklahoma City players directly to Chad Bond. Bond will play to Vinter. Here's Christian Mata, winning there in the middle to the outside for Cordero. Cordero will pull back, has Stephen Miller directly behind him. Links up there with Mata, who catches it directly in front of Hedrick. Too heavy there off the boot from Mata. Results in a goal kick for OKC.
Yeah, Mata showing well there. Came off the defender, but just overhit it with his left foot into the corner there. No chance for Cordero to get on the end of that one. Mata working hard, as he always does, for Sammy Ochoa. They What have they got between them? 15 goals between them up there. They forged a good partnership since Mada's come into the side, and it's helped Sammy Ochoa score goals. And they are a formidable couple of players to be playing against.
Oklahoma City has scored 20 goals in the first half so far this season. That was Dalgard one more time compared to Tulsa, just trailing by 1. They've scored 19 goals in the first half.
Christian Mada there just overdoing things a little bit, just going in there to Michael Thomas. Just to say again, we love to hear where you're tweet in, where you're listening to this broadcast from. Some of you down in OKC, some of you further afield. I know we've got people listening in the UK. Let's have your tweets again at Dave Saunders 63, and we'll get you read out on the broadcast. We love hearing from you.
Feener has to come in a hurry. Koenig was kind of sneaking in there behind Ryan Price. Brady Ballou now. And put it through the legs of Evans. Nice ball there. Here's Cordero. Dumps it to the outside. It's Miller. Miller's got a little bit of space off of the defender. Goes through the opposite side of the box. And Ballou will have to chase this one down, and he does. Back to Brewster. Brewster plays in. Ochoa is there. Couldn't get much on the header, however. It finally cleared out of the danger spot by OKC.
Good pressure again from the Roughnecks, and they still retain possession here. Patient build-up, and David Irving won't mind that at all in this must-win game.
Here's Henry to Ochoa. Hedrick is just draped all over Luca Cordero there. Able to find Ballou. Good move there. Comes Brady trying to hustle back. He hit Koenig on the run. It came off the back of Koenig's heel. Sammy Ochoa has been on point so far here this evening. Here's Mata. Mata with an opportunity with the left foot. And good defending there from Thomas to come sliding through to knock that one out of play. And a corner now for Tulsa.
Wonderful bending run from Christian Mata to stay onside. He ran along the line of 4 and just bends the run at the end as you do to keep onside. And he was just driven a little bit wide on the left, tried to clip it back. Good defending again, but Roughnecks really good pressure here.
Tulsa with just under 5.5 corners per game, number 2 in the entire league with 146 coming into tonight. This one goes well deep, and now to the opposite side we will go.
And everybody back in an OKC shirt tonight inside that box, and the Roughnecks can almost afford everybody. Just Henry and Ballou.
How great would it be to see that man right there get a goal here this evening, Chad Bond?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier on. I would love that. It's on the list. Here he is.
Plays it back to Brady Ballou. And unlucky there from Brady.
Do you know, Pop, there is nothing like a local derby, is there? And we know how spread out geographically the Western Conference is, and it just is so great to have OKC. We've got an injury to an OKC player, so I'm going to keep talking, but we've got the fans in green behind that far goal, and then of course our trusty old roustabouts who never stop cheering, and we've got a few green shirts down to our left in amongst the orange, and it really is good. It's a good rivalry, and they greeted each other as the roustabouts entered the stadium, greeted in inverted commas. I think it was pretty friendly, and you know, it's a great thing to have a local derby in soccer. And you know, next season there might be a few tweaks, mightn't there, with different teams coming in, and you know, it would be nice if the Roughnecks didn't have to travel so far, and maybe some of the home fans could actually go, you know, to some of the away games.
Yeah, and with some of the rumors that we've talked about with some of the new teams coming in and whether or not we'll see a shift from one team in the Eastern Conference to the West, it would be nice to kind of have some of those games to provide, and weekend games. That was Van Koppernal who was down.
Yeah.
He is up. He'll have to step off for just a moment. It would be nice to see maybe some of those weekend games as well to allow some of the fans to be able to travel to some of the regional games within the area just to kind of increase that fan base for all of them. And that's just not for the Roughnecks side. That's for teams here in the Midwest area. And teams in the Midwestern area knew that that was going to be the difficult part of the schedule based off of the way that the Eastern Conference was already set up and the Western Conference as well. So the more teams that get added to the mix inside USL, I think the better off that we will be here centrally in the United States.
Yeah, I think it would strengthen the league, and this is a very strong league, the USL. I think they've done a wonderful job. I've said it at the mic several times this season. I think the soccer's been great. I think it's been really good, and it will be even stronger next year. And I would like to come and accompany you to do a few away games. It would be great. So
you are welcome anytime, my friend. Chad plays this one back to Feener. Feener had to adjust it because Gonzalez was coming directly through the middle. Cho with the touch to Mata. Mata now, nice ball to Cordero. Can Cordero get there in time? He does. Got a little bit of problems there. Tried to dump it off for Sammy. And Sammy got one piece of it as he came flying through with the first touch, but just could not finish it off.
No, just unfortunate. It just got behind Sammy, but Cordero made a good run from left to right, and the Roughnecks are finding a way behind that back four, who've only conceded, what, 31 goals this season. And at the other end, dare I say it, Price and Venter are looking after Greg and Mr. Cooney quite well so far. Here is Greg, though.
Yeah, Newton, of those 31, he's allowed 28 of them. Of course, he's been by far the most minutes played as keeper position. Only had one other keeper play, and that's Ray Clark. Mata just about a step late there in front of Newton.
And I remember Newton making that fantastic save right in front of us at the death in that game. I think it was a Ben Brewster header from memory.
It was.
And it's right going in the top corner. You and I were out of our chairs, and then away comes the right hand of Newton. A tremendous save. He's one of the better goalkeepers I've seen this season in this league.
Choa to Henry. Henry's going to continue on with the dribble here. And did not have the proper angle on the ball, trying to find Brady Ballou.
Henry allowed to go forward there because Chad Bond, his central midfield partner, just sat in front of that back three because Miller was pushing on down the left-hand side. Pushing the back there, I think, from Sammy Ochoa.
It's a couple of times now that Sammy has been guilty of that. You can see the referee kind of smiling there. Sammy with 9 goals so far on the season. 45 shots for him. 27 of those have been on goal, so right around 60% for Sammy Ochoa. You can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways at USL on Twitter. Christian Duke with the throw in. Finds Evans. Well, that ball almost got to Greg. Now it does. Gonzalez controlling the middle of the field. That's just a bad ball there from Evans directly at Henry. Here comes Cordero. Plays it back to the inside of Townsend. Finds Chad Bond, and that ball taken away from Chad there inside the center circle. Here comes OKC.
Yeah, Chad Bond was almost shut out by 3 players there. He just played a little triangle around him, and Chad just looking a little bit frustrated there, but no harm done really. Evans is coming out of the middle a little bit and just playing those short little passes that he does, and then hits the occasional long one to the likes of Townsend and Dalgard on the wings. Here he is again, the Welshman.
Finds Kyle Gregg. Played in here inside the 18. Cuts back towards the byline. Venter comes over to challenge.
Good defending, but again, as I said, Evans just has that little knack of being able to play a short little ball, 10 yards, 5 yards, and he certainly found a player in space there, and the dangerous Mr. Koenig wins the corner for OKC. Is this their first one, Pop, maybe, or second of the night? I know the Roughnecks have had more corners. Here is their corner, though.
Headed around, finally Henry does not get all of it.
Well, that's a fine save.
Fine save there from Feener there on the post to knock that one away and deny OKC.
Yeah, it hit Henry, I think, and it deflected away. One of those awful moments when you think it's going to end up in the back of the net, but Feener kept his eye on it, turned it away. It's in the replay now, but the corner's going to come in. Just going to see the corner now.
Played inside, headed away by Chad Bond.
Yeah, it hit Henry there as you were watching the replay as we were watching it live. So 2 corners for OKC in the space of a minute. Still 0-0.
Ryan Price there directly on the 18. Touch there to the outside to Duke. Duke now over the top looking for Koenig. Koenig.
You know,
that was Greg that was coming on the diagonal run there, trying to link up there with Koenig.
Yeah, Koenig there just heading the ball down, but he just overdid it in front of Greg. I was just going to say, you look over on the far side there on the lawn, you can't see the grass, Pop. It's it's really well populated tonight, and then you've got the mix of fans at the far end and a pretty good crowd in below us here, behind, if you like, home plate and going round towards third base. If you know One Oak, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to watch soccer. Here's OKC on the attack again.
Koenig now will turn, go face up against Vinter. Cuts to the inside, fires, and Feener was there. That one was hit directly down the middle, and Feener got both hands on it to send it over the top of the crossbar. And now a corner coming up for OKC as we are still scoreless here in the 33rd minute.
And you mentioned 33rd minute. That's exactly what I was going to do. I looked up at the clock, and that is the first time that Mr. Koenig has got any kind of space tonight. And boy, did he make sure that he got a shot on target. Good save, Feener, though.
Townsend from the corner, directly into the penalty area, but Feener has it in his possession.
Yeah, that one just no connection on that one. Easy save for Feener. Well done to him in his lime green kit tonight. We ought to bring Mr. Lorai in. He's fallen asleep down there, I think, but he wouldn't fall asleep because it's been such an intriguing game. And he was talking about emotion earlier on. And Andy, an intriguing 0-0 game at the moment, but really, really 2 good sides really going for it.
Yeah, it's been, I think, the best game we've seen. Some of these games have been a little cagier, but this one
comes free. Oh, Brady Ballou just skies it one more time over the crossbar. Both hands to the face there from Brady, and he realizes he missed a golden opportunity here in the 34th.
Well, I think David Irvin looked to the skies. I was looking to the skies. Here's the replay. Stephen Miller's ball in. Mistake from the defender. Here's Ballou, 8 yards out. And I'm afraid to say, and I don't mean this to be funny at all, he ballooned it over the bar. Andy Lorai, that was a chance.
Yeah, that's as good as we've seen all game. And Brady's been causing all kinds of trouble, but man, you like to have that one in the back of the net.
And Andy, just while you're on the mic, Mr. Koenig, so far, dare I say it, I think Price and Venter have dealt with him pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, minus that one chance, he did well to cut in, and good save by Feener, but he's one of those guys where he won't do much all game, and all of a sudden he kicks one in the back of the net. So far, so good, though.
And can I just say, Pop, on a personal note, we love Andy Lorai so much. And when I came here, he was running around out there, and he is back to sprinting. And I'll just come to you for that. Well, Feener comes out there, but it's good to see Andy out there being put through his paces and coming back from that injury. Well done to you, Andy.
Yeah, I thought Andy might try to be slipping the old 50 or 100 spot there in the pocket of David Irving, maybe try to get on the end of that bench. No such luck, huh, Andy?
Well, you know me, guys. I thought about it, but, putting the team first.
Yeah, it's great. That night in Austin in which Andy went down, and you just kind of had that feeling there from even being up at the top of the press box level and seeing that, you knew that it was not a good sign, and just immediately felt horrible for Andy, knowing how hard that he had worked throughout the entire season. And that is great news to see him back running here before the game, and we'll be back to action before you know it. Tulsa and OKC still scoreless here in the 36th minute. Don't forget, Admiral Sportswear is the official sportswear provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks FC. You can look for the official Admiral products at One Oak Field.
Maybe A little handball there that by Casey Townsend that the Roughnecks are appealing for, but got away with it.
Here's Thomas from midfield. Goes to the opposite side. Little touch there from Dalgard. Duke was the closest player. Dalgard plays this back to Evans, and essentially there for Gonzalez. Greg directly in front of Ryan Price. Evans to Gonzalez. Now back to Evans. Duke.
Ben Brewster just a little bit late there, and he's been shown the yellow card. And that was on Casey Townsend. Casey's taken a few knocks tonight. Ben Brewster there just slightly late. Well, quite late, and he will take a yellow card for that one.
It's card number 3 on number 17, Ben Brewster.
Just a bit of slight frustration because OKC have had the lion's share of possession in, you'd say, the last 5 minutes. And Tulsa here, 37 minutes, 0-0. It's a game on a knife edge. And it's going to be the big Welshman Evans from the left-hand side swinging in with his right foot as the Roughnecks push up to the 18-yard line. Good header from Ryan Price there, just getting ahead.
It was Thomas that was pushed forward.
Thank you for that, because I wasn't quite sure who that was. And Thomas has come up from left back to the right-hand side. Here he is with the throw-in.
Throw from Thomas, headed out to Ballou, to Ochoa. Nice touch there. Nice dump to the outside there from Mata. Finds Miller all the way forward. Miller cuts to the inside, has help back. It's Henry. Henry now. It's there, and oh, just passed on the post, and it was Mata.
What an intelligent piece of play there. Henry dumps it to the right-hand side, as you said, Pop, and there was Ochoa. Not every player would have tried what he tried. He volleyed it across the goal. We're just seeing the replay here, and Christian Mata read it so well, but he was just a yard away from it.
Can you get a better ball off of a volley than that from Sammy Ochoa?
That's the point I'm making. I wouldn't have tried it. I mean, it was just something that some players will try. The audacity of some players, you say. Foul there, and it's gone to the Roughnecks. Kyle Gregan there. Can I just say, Pop, we've had our first tweet of the night. It's from James Black, Jim and Ann. Well done to you. They're up again. I always am amazed at this. It's 2:15 in the morning in England, in Liverpool, and they say, let's hope it's not the last game tonight. And obviously what they're alluding to is Roughnecks win this, Seattle slip up, and we make the playoffs. Jim and Ann, good to have you here. We hope to see Adam on the field. He's on the bench wearing number 14, of course, but glad you're with us on the broadcast.
Can Jim and Ann get a little positive vibes for Liverpool as well, moving forward throughout the Premiership?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I was just thinking of Michael Thomas, who's playing there for OKC. A great name, of course, who played for both Liverpool and Arsenal, but who would forget that last gasp goal for Arsenal? Sorry, Jim and Ann, sorry, Pop. But as an Arsenal fan, I must say that. At Anfield, Arsenal win 2-0, 88 or 89. Have I mentioned that before, partner? I'm sorry if I
think you have. It's all right. I'll let you slip on it one more time.
But Jim and Ann, I know you're listening in Huyton, and I know Huyton very well in Liverpool. So well done to you. Just the stamina of being able to stay up till 3:30, 4 in the morning. And I don't think it's Labor Day tomorrow, is it? So you'll probably be at work as well.
Don't forget to visit the new USLsoccer.com. You can get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub, all at USLsoccer.com.
And Mary's got to be out there somewhere, isn't she, Pop? Eli's mum, she's got to be listening somewhere. Last time she was in Cambridge in the UK. Are you back, Mary? Give us a tweet, Dave Saunders, 63, and anybody else listening into this broadcast. We'd love to hear from you.
Feeder with the great ball forward. Cordero to Mata. Nice touch there, directly at Newton. Newton gets a piece of it, still alive. Miller back in, little flick header there from Mata. could not fit in between the two defenders as Ochoa was behind there. There's a blast from the outside. That one came from Chad Bond directly at Newton one more time. So Newton has been active here in the final, or in the last 30 seconds.
All good teams are built on a good defense and a good goalkeeper, and he saves the day there. Really good play from the Roughnecks again, and then Chad Bond with a follow-up shot. We would love to have seen that one go in for Chad Bond to get his first goal of the season, but alas, it stays 0-0.
Well, and another great ball there from Mata as well to even set up Cordero.
The Roughnecks have had the best chances of the first 41 minutes, Pop, by far.
It goes off of Thomas back to Newton.
Well, Pop, we've started something now. Have you ever heard of a place called Sunderland in the northeast of England? I'm sure you have. This is from Jordan Dyer. Jordan, watching from Sunderland, England. Come on, you Roughnecks. Jordan, tell us your story. Why are you a Roughnecks fan living in Sunderland? But well done to you again, and thanks for supporting the Roughnecks.
We have to be setting record numbers on the YouTube feed from England. Here's Ballou. Nice ball there. Here's Sammy. And the defender sliding through. Hedrick knocks it away from Ochoa. But still one more time. A corner coming up for Tulsa here as we are in the 43rd minute.
Yeah, another corner. Really good play from the Roughnecks. Chad Bond will trot away to the right-hand side and will take this corner. They're not placing the ball. They normally have two people there, but Dav's on the bench. So here's Chad Bond's corner.
Swings it in and knocked away.
Talking of Sunderland, by the way, I think I'm right in saying Josie Altidore played for Sunderland, the USA striker. I'm not sure he's still there, is he?
There's Miller. No, he is not.
Offside flag is up for the first time, I think I'm right in saying, in the game.
Little shove there from Duke. Boy, Vinter was upset.
Yeah, I'm not...
With the assistant on the far side.
That was a strange one.
You see it third in the USL as far as offsides are concerned for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Oh, almost there. Can Mata get there in time? Newton's way off of his line. Mata cuts inside.
Good goalkeeping again, recovering his own mistake. Here's Bond, though.
Cordero has a chance. Header won there by the defender. Still, though, Miller. Miller has a go. That one's blocked away.
Roughnecks just have to be careful with all this pressure. They keep the back door shut against the league leaders.
Dalgard turns, looks, has Duke. Gonzalez taken away there by Chad Bond. Cordero has Ochoa directly in front of him. Cordero looking, taking his time now. There to Sammy.
Just coming back to that chance, it was a red-faced keeper there, wasn't it? Because he rather got himself in no man's land, but he kept his cool, and in the end he foiled the danger along with the defence. And again, Newton proving how precious he is to Mr. Nielsen's team. He would have appreciated that. Of course, former MLS goalkeeper, isn't he, Pop Nielsen, the coach?
We will see how much stoppage time is added. First the corner towards the back post, and Newton has this one in the air. Vinter was coming through with the challenge there on the back post.
Obviously, we know the Roughnecks have to win this game, but I think if you ask the two coaches at half-time, you know, I think probably David Irvin would be the slightly happier coach.
We will catch up with David Irving as he makes his way off the field. Andy Lorai will bring that to us.
Can I just bring Andy in and ask him, Andy, if you were the two coaches stood there, as we look at the board, and we'll give, Pop can tell us about that. Andy, would you say David Irving would be slightly the happier?
They got business. Here's Dalgard. Oh, just past the post, and Dalgard almost makes Tulsa pay here in stoppage time, as we have had 1 minute added. And that had shades of last week up at Bonnie Field in Sacramento, in which the Roughnecks had one scored against them in the stoppage time at the end of the first half. Just barely missed there from Dalgard. Would have added to his total of 5 goals on the season. Would have been number 6. Can Tulsa strike here before the first half ends? Sammy surrounded. And Henry's ball is gliding over the back byline. A bit of a miscommunication there with Henry. You can see Henry there working it out.
Quick mention here, watching here in the KC area, very pleased with at Energy FC's performance this year. Probably biased though, says our tweeter. So in the KC area, and well done to you, top of the table.
Nothing wrong with being biased as long as you own it.
That's right.
And that will do it for the first half. Scoreless here at One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa. The black and gold derby has pretty much finished the first half the same way that we've seen it the entire season. These two teams have played very competitive games so far this season. And the final meeting of the year, not only between these two teams, but the final game for Tulsa as well. David Irving and Tom Taylor jogging off the field.
Yeah, good applause from the crowd, and that's good to see because that's a really good 45 minutes from the Roughnecks. They've really taken the game to OKC. They've had the lion's share of the chances. David Irving there just chatting with Tommy Taylor, and Andy Lawry's there for you, Pop.
Yeah, let's go ahead, Andy. I know David looks a little bit upset.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Irving. Coach, really entertaining first half. What'd you make of it?
Well, if it was a boxing match, we'd be waiting, but unfortunately, you got to get the and well, the chances we've had and how we play some good football again. But and we still got to be careful at the back. They've threatened a couple of times, but the possession and everything, the chances that we had, this game should be over.
Absolutely. Any changes for the second half?
Go on. Hopefully we can come out and do the same thing, get on the front foot and take it to them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Andy. The thoughts of the head coach, David Irving, making his way off the field. At half, we are scoreless in the beautiful backdrop to our setting here this evening. Tulsa, it is do or die. They need a win. And we will run down the first half statistics for you when we come back.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook and follow on Twitter for league news, interactive content, and have a chance to win exclusive giveaways. And remember that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in high definition on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Now check out the video board for the halftime stats. Now it's time for the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. Justin, who are tonight's contestants?
All right, Kirk, I got some good ones down here tonight. On the far end over here, I have Roger. And closest to the roustabouts, I have Rebecca. Now, they're going to play the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. They got 5 soccer balls, 30 seconds. Whoever scores the most goals in the shortest amount of time is going home with $50 cash, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Then they're going to have a chance for one more shot for either $200 or $100 additional. So, Roughnecks Nation, are you guys ready for this? Roger, Rebecca, are you guys ready? All right, on your mark, get set, go! 30 seconds on the clock. The first one for Roger's a little bit wide. The first one for Rebecca's a little wide too. Rebecca's got number 2. Roger's still got none. That one, is that gonna trickle in there? Looks like Roger's got 1. All right, Rebecca, let's see. We are still 1-1. All right, or 1-0, sorry, 1-0. The last one, Roger, you need this one to tie. Rebecca, if you make that, you are gonna be our winner. Is that gonna be a little high? Roger misses that one, and Rebecca puts in number 2. Congratulations, Rebecca. Right over here, Rebecca. She's running away, Rebecca, right back over here. Rebecca, right behind you. Come back over here. We got you $50 already, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Now, the big question here. Do you want to go for an additional $100 for the big goal, or do we want to go for $200 for the small goal? What do you think?
Let's do the big.
We're going for the big goal. We're going for an extra $100 right here. All right, Rebecca, here's the ball. Roughnecks Nation, you guys ready? Roustabouts, you guys ready here? Let's see if we can get her another $100, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Rebecca, whenever you are ready. And the kick is off. It is off. KJ, kick it in there. Oh, just a little wide, but she went in the small goal. It went to the side. You know what? I say we give her $100. What do you guys think? Let's give her $100, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Come here real quick. We got some money for you right here. Look at this. We got $50, and because you technically made it in the goal, we're gonna give you another $100 right there. Congratulations. Give it to Rebecca right here. That is the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. Long live your money. Great job, Rebecca. Great job.
Visit the new USLsoccer.com. Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. The Tulsa Roughnecks welcome all the groups attending tonight's match. And the Roughnecks front office staff extend a special thank you to all our game day employees. You all are what make One Oak Field the special place it is. Thank you all for your hard work during this inaugural 2015 season. And now, once again, here's Justin on the field with details about the rest of this evening.
Yeah, that's right, Kurt. We got a lot still going on here, Roughnecks Nation. Not only do we have one more half of soccer going on, we got some things on the concourse I want you guys to know about and things that are going on after the game. Make sure you guys head up to our street team table on the Arvis Plaza. We're giving some things away. We got all sorts of free coupons over there. Mazio's, Chick-fil-A, Dick's Sporting Goods, all sorts of stuff. We want to get you guys over there and get you some free food. So go check that out. And while you're over there, you can actually sign up to win. We're giving away a prize pack. We're going to give it away before the fireworks show tonight. It's for 4 tickets to next year's home opener, 4 scarves and 4 t-shirts. So you're going to be going home with that tonight. So go over there, sign up. It's free to sign up. There's pads of paper over there right now, and our street team will be back up there after we get done with the halftime festivities. Then, after we win this match right here, the guys are going to come around and sign some autographs. So make sure you guys come down to the bottom of your sections, say hello, meet our players. These guys are fantastic. Then we're going to shoot some fireworks. The best fireworks show in Tulsa. Make sure you guys stick around for that. Then after that, the fun doesn't stop. We're going over to Lefty's Bar and Grill for the official after party. It's all ages tonight. We're going to have our Roughnecks players out there, and they're going to be wearing their uniforms, the blue ones, so that you guys know exactly who they are, and you kids can get more autographs. Plus 21 and older, there's drink and food specials over there. So come on over, have some fun. It's $2.50 Modelo's. You can't go wrong with that. And they got a mixed drink called the Roughnecks 83, which is fantastic, for only $4. So it's right outside of the ballpark over here. It's on Greenwood and Archer. It's called Lefties. Come on over and have some fun with us. All right, Roughnecks Nation, like I said earlier, this is a must-win game for us. We got 45 minutes left. I need you guys to get loud and help cheer on these Roughnecks till we get that victory tonight.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Roughnecks fans, get on your feet and get loud. It's time for the Mark Miller Buick GMC T-shirt toss.
That's right, Roughnecks Nation. Let's hear you guys. Come on, who wants a T-shirt here? It's the last night. We're blowing them out. Oh, you guys are sounding good. I love it. Come on, keep it going here, keep it going. Oh, I know you guys get louder than anybody hearing you all night long. Come on, keep it going, we got plenty more. Don't give up on me now, keep it going here. I don't even feel like I've thrown any, the bag's still so full, come on. Our friends at Mark Miller want to paint Tulsa orange. Come on now. Got a couple more left, a couple more left. I got 3 more here. 2 left, 2 left. All right, the last one right here. Who's gonna get the last T-shirt of 2015? I don't know. Who's getting? This one's gonna be tough. I don't know. I gotta hear you guys. It's sounding good. This is gonna be tough. I don't know. I'm gonna give you guys a shot over here. I don't know. Over here was sounding pretty good too. What about over this way? I think I'm gonna go right here in the middle. Here we go. That T-shirt toss was brought to you by our good friends over at Mark Miller Buick GMC. Be sure to visit those guys for all your new and used car needs.
The Roughnecks once again thank the Tulsa World, News on 6, and 101.5 El Patron for sponsoring tonight's match. The Tulsa Roughnecks are proud to have these fine sponsors helping us put on tonight's regular season finale match. Thanks again to the Tulsa World, News on 6, and 101.5 El Patron.
Kyle, let's come back directly after this one. Welcome back to One Oak Field. Jeremy Poplin, David Saunders with you, and we are set for the second half. Beautiful night here at One Oak Field. It was a bit hot earlier today. It's cooled off to 88 degrees, and the official weather forecast for tonight's match is provided by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer. As we mentioned, currently 88 degrees, and probably not much of a change by the time that we turn out the lights. We'll have the fireworks display coming up after the game is over tonight. Thank you to those of you listening in on the radio side on the new CBS Sports 1300 The Buzz, and also on the YouTube feed.
And Pop, it all comes down the whole season to this 45 minutes. The Roughnecks need to win the game. We know that's a must-win game, and it comes down to 45 minutes. Can they break the deadlock, and can they beat the league leaders, the local rivals, in this great night here at One Oak? I certainly hope so, to give them a chance of the playoffs.
Of course, Oklahoma City has already clinched the black and gold derby, because in year number 1 they kept the results from the U.S. Open Cup match involved in the black and gold derby standings.
Well, the Oklahoma song being played here with the two Oklahoma sides. Brady Ballou has got the throw in here for the Roughnecks.
Got to mention as well, we mentioned a couple of fans listening in from across overseas. We've got a couple of fans listening in on iHeartRadio as well. One driving through the state of Iowa, and the other an employee of iHeartMedia, Don King, listening as he was helping the Drillers out this weekend over in Arkansas. So got a couple of listeners on the iHeartRadio app.
And talking of Iowa, my wife and I took a trip up there for a holiday. We ended up going to the Field of Dreams, where they filmed the movie, and I would recommend that to anyone. Free entry, and they have left it just like it was in the movie. The only person missing was Kevin Costner, of course. And talking to people listening in, I should say that Chad Bond's parents, Dave and Sue, they're watching live here in the UK, enjoying our commentary and enjoyed it this season. And he says, P.S. Chad did score a corner in the cup.
in the Open Cup game on the Olympic goal there in the Open Cup. That was against Seacoast United. In USL play, hoping that Chad can get one before the season is over.
Yeah, thank you to you, and well done again to you, because it is now 20 to 3 in the morning.
Speaking of Chad, had the header there directly. Look at Henry try to fight there through Gonzalez. Newton, who was busy here in the first half. All the way forward, Gregg slips it through to Kooning. Oh, Ryan Price, though, directly there in time, and this is going to be a foul now on Brady Ballou as Christian Duke.
Yeah, Brady's sliding in now. I'm just trying to see who the OKC man is. I think it's Duke, isn't it? As you said, Pop, in the commentary, and Duke's okay, and I'm pleased to see that nobody's rolling around on the turf tonight. So referee's just saying he's going to blow the whistle for this one. OKC have this this free kick, but I just wanted to make the point. It's been a good game. It's been a sporting game. There's been no really outrageous tackles or anything. So I hope we see the same in the second half.
This is Townsend. Townsend over the ball.
That's great defending there from Ryan Price.
He was there step for step. Ryan Price's alma mater was in town yesterday, Florida Atlantic University, taking on University of Tulsa in football.
I've got to bring Andy Lorai in. Andy, I said, you know, basically it all comes down to this, what, 40 minutes left now. I mean, how are your nerves? How are you feeling? Can the Roughnecks do it?
Yeah, I think we got a great shot. I'm definitely a little nervous, but excited. I mean, we've been playing great. Just got to stick one in the back of the net.
Here's Brady going against Duke. Mata came flying through. Van Koppernal, the defender, to knock it away. Greg now through the center circle. Now touches to the outside. He's back to Evans. Evans, one touch. Dribbling through the defense. That one comes off of Henry. And Mata. Mata, nice turn there from midfield.
Again, Sami Ochoa just had to check his run there, and Christian Mata played the right ball. Sami had to check his run. He finishes up on the grass, and he feels he should have had a free kick, but the referee said no way.
Sami has this unique ability to get just a touch on it when you least expect him to.
Sign of a good player.
Here's Dalgard. Brady Ballou step for step with him, and Dalgard sends this one out of play.
Couple more tweets. Mary Galbraith, she's listening in London. That's Eli's mum. Thank you, she says, for the wonderful inaugural season for the Roughnecks. And we shouldn't forget local people. And I'm just looking through my tweets. We had Tim O'Connor, who said, greetings from a long way away in Owasso. So, Tim, thanks for listening in as well, just to make sure we cover all tweets here.
A little bit of Ram pride up there in Owasso. Thank you, Tim.
Newton couldn't pick that one up, although some referees would have shouted to him that he could. It wasn't a deliberate pass back, but...
Yeah, that was Van Koppernal that just got a piece of it.
When you're not sure, you mustn't pick it up, of course. And Ballou was nearly in there. Good signs from the Roughnecks. Good start in this second half. 0-0 it is, though.
Boy, Brewster just keeps trying to take advantage of the space as much as he can. Here's the throw. Has it now with Ballou. All in from Brady. Newton has it and quickly to the outside. Gonzalez. Shouldered off of the ball there from Chad. Nice turn. Unlucky there from Tulsa to link up there on the far touchline. That was Stephen Miller. Miller and Cordero thought that was off of Oklahoma City.
OKC in no hurry whatsoever to take this throw in. Already assured of the playoffs. I'm sure they would want to win the league if they could. Roughnecks desperate for 3 points. Must win this game tonight to have any chance of going into the playoffs.
Gonzalez. Poor ball there from Daniel. And Ben plays off of Christian Duke, so a throw in now for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, Brewster maybe, he just held his hand up then, so maybe I could have passed that back to you, Jake Feeney, but he didn't. Pushing it back from Christian Mata, who applauds the referee.
Mata's that type of player that he just creates enough havoc that sometimes it just frustrates defensive players, and they will take as many cheap shots as they can sometimes and give a little shove in the back. That was one of those instances there. It's also doing a great job with possession here this evening. Last couple of games on the road in Portland and Sacramento, that has been lacking in some areas. Here's Sami. Pulls it back with the left. Townsend got everything that he could on it. This comes off of the head of Hedrick.
Well, Hedrick there diving away, and a diving header from Hedrick here concedes the corner. It was a good strike in the end from Cordero, and the Roughnecks have forced OKC to have everybody back inside the 18-yard box here. And it's going to be a Chad Bond special from the corner on the right-hand side.
Bond with the low ball played in. There's Ochoa. Ooh, off of the deflection. We'll keep it here in this corner for Chad Bond.
Yeah, good play there. Good ball into the near post, and Ochoa, one strike, hit the defender. Second strike came off the defender.
One more time from Chad. Another ball. It's there. And then cleared off of the line.
Christian Matter there, just a few yards out, just couldn't get enough on that one. And now there's a free kick. Dalgard has conceded a free kick. It's a good pressure here from the Roughnecks.
Let's bring in Andy real quick. Andy, did Luca get a piece of that one off of the corner?
Yeah, it was actually an outrageously skillful flick, and Lucas has got that in his bag. Unbelievable flick, outside or inside of the foot, across, running towards the ball. Great piece of skill.
Crazy. And Mata, boy, you're right, Dave. Just missed. If he had just a little bit more on that one.
Good defending again from OKC. Don't give up goals very easily, do they?
Townsend tracking down Stephen Miller. Miller has it saved there along the touchline. Back in, there's Ochoa. Oh, just missed with the left from Sammy.
Well, two things to say there. OKC couldn't believe that linesman didn't give that ball as being out on the far side. The Roughnecks obviously played on, and Sammy Ochoa with his left foot, what was he, a yard wide of the post? We're just about to see on the replay here. They stopped, and that's schoolboy error there. And there's Ochoa with the left foot shot, and that is no more than half a yard, I'd say a foot. That's a third of a yard, by the way. A foot right of the post. But schoolboy error there, I think it was from Dalgard, who stopped playing, and you never stop playing unless the referee blows his whistle.
Touch from Mata to Blue. Has it along the touchline, cuts to the inside, has Ochoa there. Ochoa's got some space. Plays it in towards the back post. That was Cordero one more time.
Roughnecks getting closer here, Pop. You
can almost feel it, Dave.
Yeah, they really are in front of the roustabouts as well, which we know is Christian Matter's end of the field that he loves to score in. But still, the deadlock to be broken. 56 minutes gone.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
And of course, you have to keep the back door shut. We keep saying it. Now, Henry's just been penalised there. So a free kick.
Then Gonzalez kind of going after Henry there. Gonzalez wanted the ball. Dalgard slow to get up.
And this will suit OKC, won't it? Anything that's broken up and, you know, little fouls, take your time, take the sting out of it. That'll suit OKC. It will not suit Tulsa.
Townsend and Evans. This will be Evans. Evans keeps it on the ground directly at Feener. No trouble whatsoever for Jake. And now a throw in near midfield. I would imagine that we will see some subs here in the next 10 to 12 minutes for Tulsa. That is normally right on line with when we see it. 12 shots tonight for the Roughnecks.
Difficult to know how David Irving would change at the moment, though, Pop, wouldn't it? You know, everybody's playing really well.
And then you get into whether or not you kind of break up the flow that you've been in so far and the good rhythm.
I think we'll see Kidd at some stage.
Nice ball in. Mata, closest one there, bounces out to Sammy. And that one off of the defender almost was to the inside of the post, and Newton had to get there in a hurry to cover up.
Close again, Andy Lorai.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. That was. I thought it was going in.
Chad Bond one more time. A host of Roughnecks players in the box. Nice curling ball played in, and Ryan Price's header.
They've rather got in the way of each other a little bit there. I think if we see it on the replay, Ryan Price, they're just coming in behind Venter. I think the two centre-backs may have just got in each other's way. I might be wrong. Don't know if Andy got a good view of that one. Andy, am I right on that?
It was hard to tell. I was a little obstructed.
Don't forget, you can watch all the remaining regular season and all the playoff games available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. You can connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Good shots of the roustabouts there, and a tweet from Nathan Napier, who says, unfortunately, had to stay here in my dorm room in Norman for the last match, but the roustabouts are covering my drum spot. They certainly are, Nathan, and keep listening in. We're hoping that we can bring 3 points here for the Roughnecks. Certainly deserve it at the moment. OKC happy there just to belt the ball away and say to the Roughnecks, right, you have to come at us now and break us down. 0-0 it is.
Henry a touch to Brady. Brady get there in time. No, he cannot.
I think if you're the OKC coach, I think you would not change anything here at all. I think you just stay with this rigid 4-4-2. And as I said just a few seconds ago, say to the Roughnecks, right, you've got to win the game. You've got to come and break us down. Let's see what you're made of.
Gonzalez. Now Talgard slips it in behind for Koenig. Brewster recovers immediately away from the dangerous Danny Koenig.
Yeah, good defending from Brewster.
Christian Duke. Forward now is Miller. Miller has to stop his dribble. Now Cordero. As Miller showing to the outside.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision from the referee there. Evans just going in a little bit studs up there, Welshman to Welshman. And I just think the referee's got it right there. And I think Evans protesting his innocence, but you cannot go up in with studs up. So good decision from the referee.
We'll have our first sub of the evening, and it comes here in the 62nd minute. And we're going to see Kidd.
Maybe for...
I think it's for Cordero.
Yeah. Well done, partner. You got that one right.
And it will be at the next opportunity. Driven in there from Bond. And Koenig comes away. Too far out in front of him with that touch, and good job there from Henry. And here's Ochoa. Plenty of time from Sammy. Plays it directly in, a one-hopper directly at Newton.
It was a pretty good ball in from Ochoa, but he held his hand up because he realised he just fired it in too close to the keeper there, and just a couple of yards back, and it would have been that perfect ball in behind the defence.
This is where Tulsa has to be careful not to concede here. Here's Gonzalez with a blast directly at Feener. Feener got both hands up, came off, and here comes Tulsa.
No problem for Feener there. He just had to watch it with the lighter footballs they play with these days.
It's Cordero. Look at the nice dribbling there from Cordero. Great ball in for Brady Ballou, and he's got it. Brady Ballou has scored off of a brilliant ball from Luca Cordero to the straight center of the pitch. And Tulsa now with the lead here in the 63rd minute. And look at the celebration from the Roustabouts.
Wonderful moment for Roughneck soccer. They have been banging on this door, breaking down this OKC defence. It's been getting closer and closer. That is such an intelligent ball, I think, from Cordero through. And Brady Ballou just did what he had to do. A wonderful goal. And now 28 minutes, and there is still hope. I said right before the whistle went, there is optimism here for the Tulsa Roughnecks. And now OKC, well, arguably, have to come out. You know, it wouldn't be disastrous if they lost the game, but, you know, they may have to come out a little bit more now and see what the league leaders are made of. And the substitution, I think, has just been, no, we're going to hold off on a substitution now with Kidd. Well done, Roughnecks.
That's the 6th goal of the season from Brady Ballou, who went immediately to celebrate with the Roustabouts, as you can see on the YouTube feed.
And did he get a yellow card for taking his shirt off, Pop?
I did not
sure.
see if he officially got booked or not. We will have to double check on that. Now, Roughnecks have to be careful here. Koenig comes back, plays one off the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. And how that would have fit the script that we've seen here at One Oak Field consistently. That has been a problem for the Roughnecks, conceding within 2 or 3 minutes after scoring a goal, and that was almost another one right there. And boy, Feener needs to give the woodwork a kiss there at the end of this one if this one ends up holding up, because Koenig sent a rocket directly at the crossbar.
That could be the moment that turns the season. We will see if it is. But I thought Danny Koenig, with his goal-scoring prowess, I'll just come to you, Pop. Here's Ochoa.
Here's Ochoa working against Hedrick towards the byline. Oh, almost hit it at the near post. And Newton had it covered up. Wow, that had some pace on it, did it not, Andy, coming off the boot there of Sammy Ochoa?
Yeah, great strength from Sammy. Newton does a good job. It's keeper's job. Can't get beat at the near post, and he does really well to parry that one out.
And Andy, we need a bit of luck, don't we? And Koenig, with his goal-scoring prowess, just didn't hit the target, but hit the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really the only real good look they've had this half, and that's what it takes sometimes to win the games. Better than good.
Here's the corner from Chad. Comes in and just touched over the top of the bar there from Newton. Wow, he barely got a piece.
Similar to the save we were talking about in the first half, Pop, wasn't it, down at OKC, right in front of us. Here's Chad Bond again with the corner.
One more time, relentless here from the Roughnecks. This one directly in the air. Back to Chad Bond. Ryan Price is going to have to hustle to get there. He does. Sends it back to Henry, and the Roughnecks will settle with Brady Ballou. Brady, good ball in. Ryan Price, oh, with the diving header attempt just to save that one in. It was a bit much from Brady Ballou. Right idea, and the pressure has picked up. I want to make one comment, Dave. As soon as the goal was scored from Tulsa, one thing I noticed, just the body language from Oklahoma City. Now, Koenig did have a chance there quickly, but the body language from everyone had hands on the hip. A couple of them were bent over, just kind of sucking air down. And we brought up the travel schedule for Oklahoma City coming in after playing on Wednesday. This second game here, and it was a warm evening and a warm day here in Tulsa.
And I don't want to put the dampers on the evening. 1-0 up. I mean, how many clean sheets have the Roughnecks had, Pop? You know, both home and away. Not many at home.
Feener's had 2.
Right. So it's a really, really big 24 minutes. That's how long's left.
Bond and Ballou is offsides.
Well played again. Just, I think the linesman got that one right. Sammy Ochoa there just picking up one of the players. Well, in fact, he tried to pick him up and he didn't like it. So certainly OKC are rattled here, and Sammy Ochoa and Christian Matter will be right into their faces. And little pat on the back there from Campanoli.
This is Peter Toth that will make his appearance for Van Coppernol. Of course, Peter Toth scored the goal in the U.S. Open Cup right here at One Oak Field.
No, just wondering, he's a striker, isn't he? Or certainly a midfield player. And is it Evans going into the back 4, or OKC going to go with a back 3 against Tulsa's 2? That would be a bold move from Nielsen if they do. Maybe Evans has been told, you've just got to sit right in front of that back 3. They have, Pop. They've taken off a centre back and they put an extra midfield stroke attacker on. Big moment in the game, that, for me.
Duke to Dalgard. Dalgard cuts inside, sets himself up with the right. Feener has everything taken care of. Knocks that one away, and now out towards the midfield stripe is Sammy Ochoa. Looking to the opposite side, has it. It's Cordero, has his hand up in the air. He'll settle it here. Luca steps over. Right on the 18, it was Mata making a little run, and Luca now will tap back to Chad Bond, and Tulsa will keep possession. Brewster to Ballou. Brewster will continue his overlapping run. Ballou with his head up. That one is too deep from Brady Ballou over the byline, and a goal kick coming up.
Do you know what? A lot of teams would sit their back 4 now and say to your left back and your right back, Brewster and Miller, just sit there, don't go anywhere. not the Roughnecks. Brewster was on the overlap there of Brady Ballou, the goal scorer. So well done to them. But they, as we keep saying, they've got to keep this clean sheet, and they've got the 3 points, and then we all become Seattle fans for 2 games.
It's a foul here for Tulsa. Just right outside the circle on the Roughneck side.
A second would be dreamland for the Roughnecks, wouldn't it, Pop? I mean, it just gives you a little bit of breathing space. Still at 1, you know, we've seen Koenig come back and hit the bar. We're going to have a substitution here from, I think Kidd will be coming on, but I think it's a double substitution from OKC first.
Yeah, this is Due. Due will make his way on. That's for Christian Duke.
Andy Lorey, a critical time of the game. It's a bold move that, you know, OKC seem to have gone with 3 at the back. Maybe they've just changed that now with a balance. A big 20 minutes in the season, obvious thing to say.
Yeah, I think OKC got nothing to lose, nothing wrong. I mean, no difference losing 1-0 or 2-0. Got to go for the 3 points or at least a draw. So I like that from Nielsen.
And we're liking what David Irvin has done with the Roughnecks, aren't we, Pop? Because he's really taken this game again. He's kept his powder dry, as we say, and here we are at 1-0 up, 20 minutes to go.
Off the goal from Brady Ballou, who has scored 3 times in the 5 matches with OKC this season.
There's Evans sitting in front of that back three. Dewey's gone to left back. Cyprian Hedrick is the 1 centre back now.
Don't forget to follow @USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways.
But I still think that the Roughnecks have got a real chance with Mata and Ochoa up there against their 3. So it's going to be interesting now to see whether OKC can get the ball up to Greg and Koenig. And now the Roughnecks are making a substitution.
This will be Cordero, who was credited with the assist on the goal from Brady Ballou. Also have a sub from OKC coming in as well. So Kyrian Kidd on in the 70th. That's when Tulsa makes their first switch.
And Townsend's just gone off for OKC.
I believe that was Sanchez.
You're absolutely right. Jesus Sanchez.
So Chewy on in the 72nd.
And he is a tricky player, isn't he?
He is. He was the man of the match at Taft back on July 18th. Came on as a sub. Here's Sanchez. Immediately you see the type of balls that he plays to the outside for Douay. That was Brady Ballou helping back.
But equally as well, if you're that back 3 in an OKC shirt, you would not want the like of Kidd coming at you with his speed. That's good defending from Ballou. And now the Roughnecks can take all the time they want to. Andy Lorey, good substitution from David Irvin there. Luke has done a good job for 70 minutes, but you wouldn't want Kidd coming at you if you're an OKC defender, would you?
No, I think great substitution. Kidd's been most dangerous when we've been up, and they have to throw bodies forward, which now with a 3 at the back, you're going to see. So really look for him to get a good chance.
And speaking of that, here he is. Mata was offsides.
Yeah, Mata, they're just going a little bit too much. Maybe Kidd could have had a go himself, but unselfishly tried to play in Mata, and Newton was told to go back a few yards, but he gets us underway and gives the ball to Thomas.
Trying to play it into Koenig. Chops back to Toth. Boy, he went down and he is upset. He was pumping his fist into the air, wanting a call there.
Mr. Nielsen wanted a call as well. Arms outstretched. But the game goes on, and the Roughnecks lead by 1-0. I'm just sensing we'll maybe bring Andy in a minute or so.
Got a Roughnecks player that is down.
Good chance for me to bring Andy in. Andy, tell us about the atmosphere around you. Is it getting slightly quieter and a bit nervy, or is that my imagination?
I think it is. I think there's a little tension setting in. Maybe we just started to sit back a tiny bit the last 5 minutes. Yeah, you do sense a little antsiness. We'll see. It's a great crowd.
It certainly is a great crowd, as we alluded to in the first half. The lawn on the, well, both lawns are really full, Pop, and then we've got the OKC fans away to our left-hand side, who, apart from Koenig's shot, which hit the bar, they haven't seen a lot of action. And the Roughnecks fans have packed into this stadium, and you're going to tell us who that is down in a Roughnecks shirt.
Yeah, I was trying to see exactly who that is, whether or not it is tough to see from this angle whether that is Miller or whether that is Venter that is down.
I think it's Venter. I think Miller's taken a drink there.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. But he looks in some discomfort, doesn't he?
He does, and it looks like, yes, it is Venter that is down, and it looks like that Kobe Smith, the athletic trainer, and sometimes the referee will come over and either tell you to, pick up the pace a little bit and you to try to get him off, and you could see the referee there kind of realize that it might be a little bit more and said, hey, take your time. Now Vinter's going to set up. Well, they were looked like they were looking at kind of like his right shoulder area towards the collarbone. That's obviously from way up at our vantage point. There's the keeper comparison on the YouTube feed. Newton with 70 saves has played quite a few more games than what Feener has. 52 saves for Jake, 9 shutouts for Newton. He will not have one here this evening. Vinter is up.
Two great goalkeepers, and I think the Roughnecks are getting somebody ready over there. And they are, and I think, sadly, Vinter is going to have to go off. So Ryan Price will certainly have Brewster, I would have thought, for company at the centre of the defence, Pop. And then I think, I'm looking over there, well, I think the sub's been told to put his bib back on. And the Roughnecks temporarily will play with 10.
And of course, Tulsa's in a little bit of in a tough spot because Irla Davrin is on the bench, but has still been suffering through an injury. And of course, Mason Grimes is on duty with the Guam national team, and he normally would fit right back into that central spot. Vinter is back towards midfield. He's checking with the 4th official.
Chad Bond has gone into a temporary centre-back role. Strong challenge there on Kidd, deemed fair by Michael Thomas.
Miller just puts this one in the air over the top of the defense, and now Vinter has re-entered. So back to full strength is Tulsa.
I don't know. I asked Andy just now about the atmosphere, and he said he thought it had got a tad more nervous. I'm just sensing, Bob, I don't know about you, but it's beginning to get me as well. But, Tulsa 1 up and nothing to fear here at all.
It'll get even more the closer we get.
And with the Vinter injury, we've now got 3 or 4 minutes on the clock at the end of the game, straight away, with all the substitutions as well.
Mata will back off of Hedrick.
Vinter seems okay, doesn't he?
Oh, nice header there from Sammy to the outside for Brady Ballou. Ballou to the corner of the 18, plays it in there. Mata came sliding through. Here's an opportunity for Ochoa, and somehow Gareth Evans was on the turf and able to clear that one away.
Yeah, Gareth Evans there throwing his body in at it, and the players were sliding in, and in the end, his final tackle was on Kidd, who just couldn't get his front on goal. But again, great play from Brady Ballou, who found himself in acres of space because OKC have to push forward, and they've gone with 1 less at the back. They're playing with a back 3. 13 minutes plus injury time to go.
How many times has Mata just missed one of those balls sliding through the box like that? We've seen that 4 or 5 occasions here at home alone.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doesn't give up on anything, and in the first half he was inches away from the volley from Ochoa. Speaking of which, here is Mr. Ochoa.
Directly from the touchline. Tried to play that one off of Hedrick. Now fights back for it, has it still.
Great play, well done.
Tries to go back to Brewster, and it comes off of Dalgard, who was there at the angle.
Andy Laurie, just how intelligent play was that from Sammy Ochoa?
Total veteran move, lots of experience, we're no rush, and just wins savvy, wins the throw in the corner.
And wins it one more time near the byline. Here's Sammy, plays it back for Brewster. Brewster now, curling ball, it's there, header, and a goal! How about that ball from Ben Brewster as he finds Kidd on the back post, and Kidd starts the celebration and the dance.
Well, what a ball from Sammy Ochoa. I mean, you talked about the perfect ball pop in the first half. That was even more perfect. I mean, Kidd just came in, he was inside the 6-yard box, and he headed the ball into an empty net. And Sammy Ochoa takes a drink there. Must be thinking, well, why aren't they celebrating with me? It was the perfect ball. And Brady Ballou says, my friend, that was the perfect ball. Andy Laurie, if you are a centre forward, that has got to be the perfect cross.
Yeah, absolutely. What a wonderful ball whipped in. I actually think it's Ben Brewster.
Yeah, it came off of Brewster.
An absolutely magical ball. Keeper completely taken out of it, and look at Kidd. Perfect technique, head it down, makes no mistake.
It was Ochoa that played back to Brewster, and Brewster played that ball in, and here's the Roughnecks one more time. A little bit of miscommunication there from Sammy.
So that's 2 apologies I've got to make to Ben Brewster now, isn't it? How can I mistake them? But yeah, it was a perfect ball from Ben Brewster. That's not bad from a centre-back stroke right-back, is it?
Not at all.
Wonderful. And now Fina can take all the time he can as Koenig just goes in, and then Fina directly, theatrically dives on the ball, and Koenig starts counting the number of seconds.
That was... Yes, absolutely, as he was counting kind of both of his hands up in the air there. By the way, sorry to interrupt, partner. That was the 5th goal there from Kidd so far on the season.
Yeah, again, the goals have been spread around a lot, and Sammy Ochoa, well, he might not get on the score sheet tonight. I hope he does. Still time, but he's worked so hard tonight, and that's a lovely header here for Kidd.
Here's Kidd one more time.
Possibly could have played it if he'd had that time over again. He would play it into the path of Brady Ballou. Still very advanced now because he can afford to be, although having said that, OKC just playing 3 at the back, so they must have 4 in midfield now.
Well, and that second goal is something we've been waiting on in several matchups with Oklahoma City this season. All from Venter as Fiener just clears this one away. And Tulsa now, just 9 minutes of regulation left. And we'll add some stoppage time. We'll have a few because of the subs that have come on. There's a brilliant ball. Brady collects it, plays it in for Kidd one more time. Oh, and Kidd almost with the brace on the night. Oh, you're not going to find a better ball played back directly. Red carpet, my friends. And Kidd is upset with himself.
I am lost for words. Poor old Kidd. It's one of those horrible moments. It was well, we talked about perfect ball. This time it was along the grass, and Kidd somehow scooped it over the bar. And, well, I'm just wondering whether we bring out... The trouble is now it's end-to-end snip-hop bringing Andy in. There's going to be a free kick. Andy Lorai. He just seemed to get underneath that one, Kidd, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a forward's nightmare. You get the perfect ball, and yeah, you would have bet money on him after burying the header that he'd stuck it in, but just clipped it over. Tough one.
Everybody back now.
Here's Toth. Bending ball in. Fiener comes way out. Got a piece of it. Good play there from Mata. Almost connected with Ochoa.
I think Oscar's going to be coming into the fray, Pop. Maybe a slightly more defensive move from David Irvin.
Now that they got the 2-goal cushion.
Put it this way, I don't think it'll be Chad or Henry coming off. So I think we're going to have 3 in there, maybe just 1 up top. Let's see. Well, first of all, OKC are making another change.
This will be Michael Harris that comes on for Daniel Gonzalez. And here's the sub for Tulsa. This will be Oscar and Christian Mata.
Interesting there from Christian Mata. He was trying the old Sammy Ochoa trick. He was trying to get across to the near side to us as best he could. And the referee kind of put his arm out and said, no, you're not going that way.
That's all Sammy, just taking the youngster under his wing.
Yeah.
Trying to teach him those little tricks of the trade.
And why not, Pop? At 2-0 with 7 minutes to go and your season depends on 3 points, you know. So to give you a chance of getting in the playoffs, we should say that again. We should stress. Even if Tulsa win tonight, we all have to become Seattle fans for 2 games. Here's the long throw.
Long throw in on the flip throw, and Fiener picks that one out of the air.
You know what I think about flip throws, don't you? I'm not going to say it again. But, yeah, we have to rely on Seattle. They only need 1 point from 2 games, so it's not all over. But Roughnecks doing everything asked of them tonight. They lead by 2-0.
Seattle closes out the remainder of the season. 2 games at Starfire, where they are 10-2 on the season. One of those losses did come from the Tulsa Roughnecks.
And they've got to play OKC, haven't they? And the Aztecs, Austin Aztecs, who they have already lost to away 2-1. OKC, Orange County have something to play for in pecking order, don't they?
6,005.
Free kick to OKC, and
boy, this is almost the same area from Toth.
Yeah.
In the Open Cup.
Yes. Big moment in the game. 5 minutes to go. 2-0 Roughnecks lead. Free kick, Peter Toth.
4-man wall. There inside the wall is Kyle Gregg, as you can see. Here's Toth. Puts it directly on, and a goal from Peter Toth. And just like that, Oklahoma City has climbed back within 1 here in the 86th minute. And that was another great strike from Peter Toth.
Well, again, you have to hold your hands up and say, you know, sometimes you just have to, you're beaten by a great strike. And he did it once here before, and you said it's a strange irony. It was almost exactly the same spot. He whacks the ball past Fina, and 2-1. It sets up a grandstand finish. We're just going to see this again on the feed. I think it may have taken a bit of a deflection, and it went to Fina's left. Fina got some fingertips on it, but couldn't keep it out. And Peter Toth has reduced the deficit 2-1. Green smoke coming across the field. And again, nerves kick in a little bit with the home fans. Oscar's come on. And I don't know if you told us about that substitution in all the excitement, Pop, but Oscar's on. I think I predicted that Henry or Chad wouldn't come off, but Henry's come off, hasn't he? So straight swap from David Irvin.
Here is Chad Bond.
And you're normally pretty good at predicting the number of minutes on the board, my friend. I think you'd have to say probably 4 or even 5.
I would say 4 based off of the amount of subs that we've had.
And the Venter injury, of course.
And the Kyle Venter injury, of course. Yeah, I forgot about that. So we might be close to 5.
5, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if there was 5, sadly, from a Roughnecks perspective. And for our friends listening back in England, where it's 3:20 in the morning. But excitement here. 2-1 it is.
Here's a throw in directly in front of the bench. It's Jimmy Nielsen shouting out instructions.
It's going to be a long throw again.
Yeah, he was pushing Gareth more forward. It's a long flip throw into the box. Fiener punches that one away. Oscar comes back and then pulled down from behind. Become a fan of USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Andy Laurie, we don't mind now if for the next 3 minutes plus injury time this gets choppy, ugly, whatever. We just want to see this out with the 3 points now, don't we?
Yep, anything we can do to break up play, take your time on the throw in, ask the referee about the rules of the game. Yeah, whatever it takes.
I bet Andy would love to be out there himself now, wouldn't he?
Andy would break up the game.
He would.
In his segments.
Big 2 minutes now plus injury. A third goal for Tulsa would be absolutely dreamland.
There's Newton now from all the way on his end of the field, sends it forward. Venter with the header. That one comes off the back of Kyle Venter's head, and Fiener had to quickly get there. Koenig was just a step behind. Good shot at the bench there.
And I think David Irwin's saying push up. Don't give it to them. Squash the play.
That's what Tom Taylor was motioning for as well. Chad finds Kidd to the outside for Sammy. Sammy.
Thought for a moment Sammy was going to go into the corner there.
It was Henry that steps in front of the intended ball, and now Oscar. Oscar will play back to Ben Brewster.
Henry's gone down there. My apologies. Henry is still on the field.
Here's Brady Ballou.
Henry's
got a cramp.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble. And sportingly, I think Peter Toth was trying to help him out there, and the referee says, well, the ball's in play, we've got to carry on.
Oscar near the midfield line finds Chad Bond, and Bond now plays it to the outside for Sammy, and that's when the referee sees it. And we talked about sporting there from Peter Toth, but Peter was more along the lines of trying to get Henry up and off the field.
Yeah, and Kidd let him know what he thought there, but
Kidd came over and said, stay away from my teammate.
To be fair, the first time I think Peter Toth did try and help, but he's wisely walked away now. It's 2-1, and this will add some more minutes on. And Andy, Laura, I'm just going to ask you the same question again. What are the fans like around you? Is it still a little bit nervous here, or what's going on?
It's very nervous. You're hearing the roustabouts are in good form, but everyone's on the edge of their seats, biting their nails, and hoping we can see this one out.
Yeah, and the Roughnecks to waste a bit of time. Mary, it's a big moment because your son's coming on, Eli. He will be making his way onto the field, I think, for Henry, who is limping away there. My apologies for getting all that messed up, partner, but Eli will come on and see out the last few minutes. But we've played the 90, and I don't think we've seen the board. And the referee's just discussing it with the fourth official.
Here comes the board for the amount of stoppage time. 5 minutes added, and you were dead on the money.
Although, if you're an OKC fan, I think you'd argue that should be 6. We will see how much the minute makes. I'm going to put my stopwatch on, Pop, because I'm getting a little bit nervous. But 2-1 it is, and I have good faith that the Roughnecks are going to get the 3 points here.
Roughnecks with the 2-1 lead as we are just now entering stoppage time in front of 6,000 plus fans here at One Oak Field. Official attendance tonight, 6,005 for the season finale at One Oak.
Wonderful scene, and we always say it, downtown Tulsa, lights on, big buildings away to our right-hand side, lit up. It really is a wonderful place to play baseball, and tonight, of course, soccer.
Too heavy from Evans. Feener has it. Modelo is the official jersey sponsor of the Roughnecks kits. You can look for the Modelo Especial logo on the front of the players' jerseys and ask for Modelo. Your next trip to One Oak Field concession stands. The Drillers will finish their regular season play on Monday. They wrapped up their regular season home stand on last Friday. Here's Kidd, cuts inside the box, plays it towards the far post, and I think the defender and Newton got a piece of it, but a corner coming up for the Roughnecks.
Andy Lawright is Pop right with his, keeper and defender?
Yeah, I wasn't sure who exactly, but I think the defender, yeah, possibly both. It definitely took a deflection. Wonderful play by Kidd, flashing that speed and cutting in nicely.
1.5 minutes gone of the 5 added on. Roughnecks will make another substitution.
This is Adam Black.
Yeah.
And by the way, Newton did get a piece of it.
Good goalkeeping again. Chad's going to take the corner. Sammy's gone to sensibly take some time out. And
Sammy will just hold it here. And there's a foul from behind as Dalgar just came and just gave the shoulder into Chad Bond.
And I like that with refereeing. We don't see enough of that, do we? Where, unless he's telling him to take the corner again.
Oh, yeah. That might be the case, but that was clearly Dalgar just came in and bumped into the back of Chad Bond.
Now, that's going to be a goal kick there. Chad's got to get back quickly.
Newton will take it to the other side.
Roughnecks have gone 5 in midfield. Eli's in there with Oscar and Chad and Henry. Excuse me, Henry's gone off now. I'll get it right one day, won't I?
It's a handball there on Kidd near midfield.
2.5 minutes left.
Adam Black is still waiting for his opportunity to make an appearance.
Big moment now. Big Evans going to whack this one from the halfway line into the box.
It's there. Feener comes out. Boy, good decision making from Feener. Comes off of his line, picks it out of the air. Take as much time as he can. Well, he'll throw it over the top now to Ballou. And can Brady save it? No, he cannot. Just off of the
Well, you don't often see David Irving and Tom Taylor out of their seats, but they're both stood up over there. They know how close this is. Roughnecks just need to close this out. They still want to get Adam Black on. That's Eli. Anywhere will do now.
Just near midfield, there's Jimmy Nielsen. Throw in from Due. Dalgard slips by Bond, but then Brewster cleans it up. Sends it downfield. Hedrick has to play back to Newton.
Long ball now. Well done, Ben Brewster. My friend, we have 1 minute left of the 5.
Can the Roughnecks hang on?
David Irvin saying, why couldn't we have got the substitution on there? There was a throw-in.
Desperately need the 3 points. And guess what? 3 points in the books. And Tulsa has now put themselves in position to potentially claim the 6th spot in the Western Conference of USL. And they win the season finale here at One Oak Field 2-1. Finish the season 500 record-wise here at home.
Well, can I just say something here, Pop, before I celebrate with the Roughnecks? Jimmy Nielsen's number 2 was racing after the referee, who sensibly, all 4 officials going off the field. I'm looking at my watch, and we have played 4 minutes of the 5. So I think he was saying, where's that last minute? Right, we'll move on. Wonderful win for the Roughnecks. They have really, really taken this game to the league leaders, who trudge off. And this is a really great victory. Right from the beginning, it was 0-0 at half-time. They've come on in the second half. They've taken their chances. And it's been a really tremendous night for this 6,000 crowd here at downtown Tulsa, here at One Oak Field. And the Roughnecks fully deserve this victory. OK, there was one piece of luck. When they'd scored the first goal, OKC went up the other end, as we've seen quite a lot. And our friend Mr. Koenig, 20 goals this season, hit the bar instead of hitting the back of the net. That was the one piece of luck. And then Peter Toth with a great strike made it an interesting finish. But well done, Roughnecks. Well done, David Irvin. Well done to everybody connected with the Tulsa Roughnecks. You've given yourselves a chance of being in that top 6.
And the first win against Oklahoma City this season. So the series in the regular season of USL, 1 win apiece for both teams and 2 draws.
And now we see how nervous Seattle get, because they've now got to get 1 point from the last 2 games. The Roughnecks have done everything they possibly can. They're level on points with Seattle. We know that they've won that battle already. So I think I'm right in saying, Pop, if they lost their last 2 games, it would be the Roughnecks that would go.
It would be Tulsa, because Tulsa owns the tiebreaker
Yeah.
over the Sounders based off of the 2 wins. A little bit of behind-the-scenes commentary. This is great.
It is.
This is great.
Yeah, yeah.
How much time? All right, welcome back to Wood Oak Field here inside the Bank of Oklahoma broadcast booth. Bank of Oklahoma is proud to support the return of outdoor professional soccer to the city of Tulsa. Tulsa Roughnecks with the 2-1 win over the Oklahoma City Energy. Was Kobe Smith, the trainer, trying to get a little mic time down there? Andy Lorai, did you tell him we don't speak to athletic trainers here on the broadcast?
I just smiled at him, Pop. I think he knew that he was stretching his limits. But, yeah, he was definitely angling. He's like a good fisherman, just putting the lure down there and hoping to catch an interview.
Oh, that is fantastic. Well, David Saunders, we've been waiting for this moment throughout the entire season. The opening game here at One Oak Field, the very first game, and the draw. We went down to Oklahoma City, suffered a defeat there, went there one more time, obviously finished with the draw and to come back home. And we kind of mentioned this a number of times. We just felt like that this was Tulsa owed Oklahoma City one just based off of the way that the games have been played throughout the regular season. They finally get this win here over OKC to finish the regular season matchup. And what a great performance that we got to see here for the final time.
We certainly did, and I think 2-1 flatters OKC a little bit, if I'm honest, Pop. I think, David Irvin said at halftime we should have been way out of sight, and it was 0-0, but they came out, they scored 2 goals, and they conceded a free kick, but they had so many chances, and that first goal was always coming. The second goal we thought was going to be icing on the cake, and then OKC made it a bit of a good finish with a Peter Toth, deja vu moment again, almost exactly the same spot. But well done to the Roughnecks. They've given themselves a real chance now. Obviously, OKC, congratulations to them. They're already in that top 6, but the Roughnecks now are pushing Seattle all the way. We just all become Seattle. We want the teams up.
We're just thankful to be in the game again. Hopefully, we get in that playoff spot and we make a run for it.
All right, kid, well, thank you so much. And here is your Joe Mama's Pizza, and we're going to pass it on to Mason.
Yeah, so we're here to pass out the season MVP. So the Roustabouts took a vote, and we decided that Chad Bond was our season MVP for 2015. And because us Roustabouts love our Roughnecks, we wanted to give you a shirt. And you're now a member of the Roustabouts. So what do you think, your first season in Tulsa?
It's been a great season. Everything came together quite late. We had a bit of a slow start, and we almost wished that we had a few more games. I think 1 or 2 more wins, and we would have guaranteed the playoff place, but it's still not over. Still have hope for Seattle to miss a few games, but all in all, it's been a good season. It's been a first season which the crowd's been unbelievable. I mean, the fans have showed us what it means to Tulsa, so hopefully next season we can build on this and get them playoffs.
Awesome, thanks so much, Chad. And now I'm gonna hand it over to Zach.
All right, let's go. All right, I am with Coach Irving and Tom Taylor over here. You know, a lot of this season has been, greatly to what you guys have done. You guys have worked hard, and you were one of the original Roughnecks, and bringing back this team to Tulsa, bringing pride back to Tulsa. Tulsa is rising because of what you're doing here in the stadium. So it's great to have you. Coach, how has this season been for you?
Well, first of all, thank you, Tulsa, because, you know, from our humble beginnings, we started here, and it's grown and grown, and it's been unbelievable. And without you guys, none of this is possible, nor the great atmosphere that we play in. And I got to tell you, I could say something a little bit, but we kicked their butts tonight. The score did not reflect it. I'll tell you that. It was a heck of a game, and there was only one winner from the start. And technically, we're still kicking, okay? But I just want to thank Tulsa for the great support. I know the team and myself and the staff have done a heck of a job, but without you guys, nothing will be possible. And thank you very much. And let's look forward. We still got a chance at the playoffs, but if not, we'll see you in 2016. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. And because we are the Roustabouts, we got you a huge plumbing wrench. We'll give it to Tom.
Let's give it up for these guys one more time right here. All right, Roughnecks Nation, before we get started here with our fireworks, we want to do a little thank you of our own. We wrote this up. You know, this is just a little thing. I want to make sure that we get this right, so we wrote this down. You know, Roughnecks Nation, obviously tonight was the final game of our 2015 regular season. It has been a tremendous first year for our franchise. We'd like to thank the parties who have made this so successful, starting with our head coach, who you guys just heard from, Coach David Irving. He's been a great ambassador for the Roughnecks, starting off with not even a soccer ball to kick. He built this team from the ground up and brought the excitement of professional soccer right here back to Tulsa. Coach Irving has received invaluable help and input from assistant coach Tom Taylor and assistant coach Mac Orr. These guys are fabulous. Our medical staff with trainer Kobe Smith, team doctor John Orley, and team chiropractor Sean Riley have helped to keep our guys healthy throughout this entire season. And I want to say a big thank you to the 20-plus guys on the pitch. These gentlemen have laid it all on the line night in and night out for us, not only to entertain us, but to provide pride to the crest on their chest. As good of players as they have been even better role models in our community. Let's hear it for all of these guys who have given us an entertaining summer of soccer right here in downtown Tulsa. Now, on behalf of the ownership and front office of the Tulsa Roughnecks, we want to say a big thank you to two of our important segments of our organization, our game day staff and our fans. Without you, none of this is possible, and you are the backbone of our franchise. Led by the Tulsa Roustabouts, we have the best fans in professional soccer in the USA. Thank you guys so very, very much. Now, like Coach said, we are not done yet. We still got a chance for that playoff. So make sure you guys keep your eye on all the action. But I want you guys to know, don't forget, we want to see you guys right back here in March of 2016 as we get ready to kick off that 2016 season. Thank you guys so very, very much for a great season. We love all of you in Roughnecks Nation. Thank you guys so very, very much. And don't forget, we're going to get started with our fireworks in just a second here. So make sure you guys hang out. That fireworks show is going to be unbelievable. Hang out here in just a second, and we are going to get started. All right, Roughnecks Nation, it's about time for that fireworks show. Before we go, I want to thank our sponsors, the Tulsa World, News on 6 and 101.5 El